So you got your BRBF tickets. This is your first time going and you're going solo and you want to know what you should do and how you should prepare for BRBF 2027. Well, I'm Nitra. I went to BRBF 2026 by myself, and I'm going to share with you all the tips and tricks that I did to prepare for BRBF as a solo traveler, as a solo girly. So if you want to know my little tips and tricks, grab a pen, grab a pad, and sit down and let's get this class started. This video is long overdue. The girls are asking, okay, I'm going to BRBF solo. I have my ticket. What do I do? I would say if you can, book your hotel at the hosting hotel. And I'm only going to say this because Ubering back and forth from doing the daytime activities as far as like the workshops and doing the book signing and then going back to the hotel room to change, shower, take a nap, do whatever, and then to come back, it was just a lot of back and forth, a lot of Ubering. And if you're trying to save a coin and not really pay much in Ubers, like when we did Ubers, I ended up sharing a hotel with some of the girls that were going, so we end up Ubering together. So like one of us would pay for the Uber ride there, one of us would pay for it back, one of us paid for it there, one of us paid for, like, we alternated back and forth on paying for the Uber. So we did that. So if you're staying at a sister hotel or one of the hotels that they listed, find girls who are in that same hotel, and then y'all work out a system where y'all meet in the lobby and y'all Uber there together. I met girls in the BRBF Facebook group. I met two girls in the Facebook group, and we had, like, again, had the shared hotel, but I ended up really linking and hanging out with one of them more than the other because the other one found her own tribe. Not mad at her. We still talk to this day. But during the actual book signing event, we branched off. She went and found her authors and got her book signed. I went and found my authors and got my book signed. When it was time to like break for lunch or go to Bookchella or any of the other special events, that's when we linked up together. But for the most part, when it's book signing, we pretty much went our different ways. She had my number, I had her number. If one of us was done for the day of meeting all of our authors and the other one still had an author that they wanted to meet, we would text and call and be like, hey, can you go stand in such and such line? I'm almost done. I'm going to come over there. And then we would switch, and then she would hold the spot. So we did that. But for the most part, I was at BRBF solo dolo, and there was nothing wrong with that. I didn't feel like I was by myself. Like, everybody down to the volunteers were super nice, super helpful. And the girls were just nice. You just walk up to a girl, you would meet people in the line, because we will be standing in line for a good minute, especially for like some of the big authors. So you'll be standing in line for a while, and so you can, a lot of girls had their Kindles and their seats, like everybody had like their little stools or whatever. But for the most part, you'll be in line for a good 15, 20, 30 minutes, and you can sit there and read your book if you have it, or you can conversate with the girls in the line and meet new people. And I just end up conversating with the girls in the line and meeting new people because I'm naturally a talkative person and a nice person to just like, hey, engage in conversation. So that's how I met people. Even in the line, especially the lines that were so long, if there was another author that you wanted to get to, the girls would save your place in line. They'll be like, leave your totes here, your bags here to hold your spot, go get the author signed signature photo, and then come back in the line and your spot will still be there. So I say you're going to meet people regardless, if it's in the bathroom, in the line waiting for your favorite author, during registration, during Facebook group, during threads, like, you're going to meet people. So don't feel like you're gonna be by yourself and you're gonna be alone and that you're not gonna have anybody. That's far from the case. You're gonna meet somebody, let me tell you. Okay, so the girls wanted me to touch on pre-orders. I didn't do pre-orders because, again, I bought my ticket late. But I highly suggest you pre-order the books that you know that you really want, that are hard to get. Like, if Kennedy Ryan has books that you want to get, I would highly suggest you pre-order them. Will they be sold there? Yes, they will be sold there. And then other bookstores are going to be at BRBF, and you can buy the book from the bookstore itself. Some authors are not going to be selling their books there. They're going to redirect you to some of the bookstores that will be at BRBF that are selling their books, and that's just so that the authors don't have to carry massive amounts of inventory with them that they know that they will or will not, be able to sell. So it just takes less hassle off of their line for you to buy their books, when you could just go to one of the bookstores that will be there. I think it was like 5 different tables selling like all the authors' books and stuff, and you could just go buy their books. Like Zane didn't bring none of her books. If you didn't bring a book, you had to go to one of the bookstores that was at BRBF, buy Zane's book, then get in Zane's line, and then get the book signed. I fortunately own every single Zane book, so I was able to bring my 3 books that I could have signed. And for the most part, people are asking like, how many books could you sign? The maximum was 3 last year, and that's just so that the line could just move a lot faster, because some of these authors had like thousands and thousands of books. Okay, I'm exaggerating on the thousands, but they have a lot of books, and it would just take up too much time for you to sit there and have them sign the whole entire collection. So it was a maximum of 3 books. You were able to take pictures with your favorite authors. As far as like sitting there having like a real detailed like conversation with them, this is not the time for that. So if you want to sit here and tell Kennedy Ryan how Score did this XYZ to your life, she unfortunately does not have the time to hear that, because there's 50 million other people in this line trying to get their book signed, and the book signing window for next year is a lot shorter than it is for the past 2 years. So you get your books signed, you take a picture, you say you love them, and then you keep it moving. That's probably going to how the flow is going to flow this year. Well, next year. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Bookchella in the R&B.
Nice. I'm finding it. It take you that
jazz.
long?
I didn't go to the R&B one. The ticket was sold out. And when the ticket was sold out, we still did not know who was performing at the R&B, and then there were so many other events. Y'all, listen, if you do not have a ticket to Bookchella or to the R&B part of it, that is okay, because there was other people, like other groups doing things in that time frame. Like there was R&B kickback, that's what it was. There was like, if you missed the R&B kickback, that's fine. Then there was like a silent party, a silent listening party happening outside of the hotel that another group was throwing. So if you didn't get a chance to go to the R&B kickback, but you wanted to do something fun that night, they had the silent listening party that was like until 1 in the morning. And then there was another party Sunday night that was hosted, and it was like the Litnick. I went to that. Bring it back. Girls was twerking, shaking booty for curve backs, and baby, yeah. If the Litnick happens again, which it should, make sure you go to that. And that was off-site as well, and they had shuttle buses for you as well. So if you didn't want to drive there, they had a shuttle bus that was dropping and picking people off, and that was fun. But then the other activities that are the first come first serve, you had to sign up. They were first come first serve last year, but you also had to sign up for them. And this year there's so many of them. Like, as you can see, there's so many of them. So think about the couple that you want to go to, circle them, put a heart on them, put a star on them, be like, if I can't go, do like first, second, third choice. Like, if I can't go to this one, then let me go to this one. The thing that I love about this year is that the keynote speaking is not happening the same time as the book signing, because I missed every single keynote speaking because I was in line getting my book signed, and they were dropping gems in those keynotes, and I'm so sad that I wasn't able to go and sit in and listen and absorb those gems because I was in line signing for books, getting my book signed. So I love the fact that they have made it a time slot for those keynote speakers so that we're able to go sit in the rooms, listen to our favorite authors, get some questions answered, and just really understand the whole book writing process that's ahead. So I know a lot of you guys are like, what are we gonna wear? What are we gonna wear? Just wait, okay? When it gets closer to Brbf, they're going to give you like a look board and plenty of time for you to order outfits, put things together, and it's mostly a look board for the special events like the R&B, Kickback, and Bookchella. Bookchella gave kind of like Coachella vibes. This is what I wore to Bookchella. Again, I didn't go to R&B Fest because I didn't have a ticket. And then during the day of the actual book signing, I just wore bookish t-shirts. For the most part, everybody had on like a bookish t-shirt. Some people had on these shirts from the previous year or this year, because you get the shirt the day you register. Some people had their shirts already pre-made. Like, for the most part, everybody either had on some shorts, some pants, and a bookish t-shirt or a dress. Come comfortable. Wear comfortable shoes that you are going to be able to walk in, because baby, and when I tell you, you're going to be walking and you're going to be standing for a long time. And if you can, get you a folded chair. Get you one of those, my little chair, twists out, twists in. Get you a foldable stool. A lot of girls was carrying their books in their curve bags, and shout out to y'all, because y'all got some strong shoulders, unlike me. I had a rolly cart, and me and my cart was rolling through there. Some girls had the Hokins. I honestly suggest, if you're going to be bringing so many books, like I split my books up into the authors and when I'm gonna see them. So like I had all my authors for day one, and I had all their books in that cart. So I just had only the authors that I was going to see that day in the cart, books for me to sign. And then if I did stumble upon an author while walking and grabbing their books and I was able to put their books in there, bring water bottles. Last year we got a water bottle provided to us, but I say bring a water bottle. There is water filling stations throughout. Bring a couple of chargers, bring a fan, bring the best fan you can think of, because you are going to be hot, honey. I had 2 fans, okay? 2 fans, because I was hot. Bring a fan, bring some snacks, bring your electrolytes, bring some comfortable walking and standing shoes, and just be ready to have a good time. And for your hair, do a low maintenance hairstyle, a hairstyle where you ain't got to do too much, because you're waking up early in the morning to get in line to get ready for Brbf. I unfortunately had my pixie, so I was up way earlier than everybody else doing. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of everything. I'm pretty sure I'm probably missing some things, and if you have other questions, please write them below or send me a message. I can answer it or make another detailed video. What I really want to talk about now is booking your hotel. If you can book your hotel now, I will highly suggest you book it now. Some of the hotels that they've listed, you don't have to pay anything right away. I know the hosting hotel, I didn't have to pay a deposit right away. I was able to book it. I think the girl said that the Hilton did take a deposit from some of the girls for like a 1-day stay, and it goes towards your stay, and you can get it back if you choose to cancel. I would start saving your money as far as like for the hotel, as far as your flight or however you choose to get there. If you are flying, as a girly who works for the airline, if you can't buy your round trip all at once, split your flights up into buying your flight there and buying your flight back. I highly suggest you guys come in Thursday, the day before, because on Friday there is going to be events happening. There are people doing some welcome events. There's going to be other people doing like brunches and dinners and things like that Friday, so you don't want to miss those things. So I highly suggest you book your hotel room for the day before. And sometimes last year there was something going on Monday. There was a barbecue on Monday. So if you can, book your flight the day before and then book your flight coming back Monday, probably like nightish maybe. If you can, just keep your eyes and ears to the streets and you'll find all that information out on if there is events going on prior to BRBF and after BRBF. So another way of saving money for BRBF is the girls were putting money into their Apple Pay, and that's what they were using for their spending money there. And I thought that was a really good idea. I'm probably going to put my money in either my Cash App to save for BRBF, and that's going to be like the money I use for my pre-orders. That's going to be the money I use to buy books there. That's going to be the money that I use for the hotel. Like, I'm just going to start putting all this money into one of my accounts, and that's going to be my BRBF spending fund. And then I'm going to have another one for my house party spending fund, and then that way that you can start saving money just by putting, you know, for the next checks, because we have a whole year until we have BRBF, so you have plenty of time to save. And then just start writing down books that you really want to buy, so when it's time to do the pre-orders, you'll know what you're pre-ordering, you know what you want to get. Take time to look at all the authors and see what their catalog looks like, because you're gonna find an author that you're gonna love, and you're gonna be like, dang, I really wish I would have bought the second book. Like how I am with Jamie Wesley. I read Fake It Till You Bake It, and then when I got home, I finally read the second book, and then I was like, I should have just bought the second book and had her sign it when I had her sign the first one. So like, if there's a trilogy of books that they have on their table and they're offering to you, buy it, because you're gonna be like, dang, I should just have them sign the book when I had the chance, because she's not going to be there next year. But just start saving your money as far as like getting things ready for your hotel, so you're not trying to pay for everything at once. So when it gets closer to the time, you're not stressing out like, oh my god, how I'm gonna pay for my hotel, oh my god, how I'm gonna pay for this, how I'm gonna pay for that. You already have that planned and figured out. So I say starting now really is when you start checking flights, seeing how much they cost. And again, if you have to buy your flights in 2 one-ways, do that. You're gonna make friends. You're on Threads, you're in the Facebook group. Start talking to the girls who are going to be there. Start making friends with the girls in the chats. Like, everybody is so nice. Like, I've met 2 of my greatest friends. Met one of them on Threads, and I met the other one on the Facebook chat, and I literally talk to them at least once a week, or even sometimes more. Like, this is the time to get to know the girls, and just put out a post and be like, who's in my city that's going to BRBF? Y'all can start hanging out now. Yeah. Y'all can start getting together and hanging out once a month and exchanging conversation and phone talk and things like that, and text messages. So by the time you go to BRBF, you know somebody. Like one of the girls who just posted the other day, she lives in my city, in my state, and she said she's going by herself. And I was like, well, let's get together. We can, grab coffee, grab a bite to eat or something, get to know each other. That way, when we go to BRBF, you know me, I know you. If you want, you can stay at the same hotel as me, and we can like Uber back and forth. I'm staying at the hostess hotel. I'm not Ubering, okay? I'm only Ubering to the airport and from the airport. That's it. That's all. I'm staying at the hostess hotel, and I just learned that way that you could just be in and out. Like, if I forget something, I could just run back to my room versus me having to get in the Uber and run all the way back to my hotel. So I'm staying at the hostess hotel this year. If you can do that, I highly suggest you do that. It'll just make your time a lot more manageable, because you don't have to think about travel time when you're getting ready, or when you can go back to the room. You're like, I can go back to the room and I can get ready. I can take a nap. And you don't have to worry about looking for an Uber and coming back. And it kind of rained on us a little bit, and I don't just have to deal with that hassle of raining, So my name is Nitra. This is my video, just letting y'all know all the things and tips and tricks that I did. Again, and then for flights, I again work for the airline, so I did not pay for a flight, but I did pay for my hotel. But I also am a Hilton's member, so I did get my hotel at a decent price. But I would say book your hotels now. start watching your flights. Start to see if the flights are going up, if they're going down. Get you a round trip right away. Get you a one way now and a one way later. Start looking and getting the most expensive things knocked down on your list. So like, you know how much your hotel is going to cost, and please factor in the fact that there is a deposit fee. So I always say expect $200 more than what you're paying at the hotel. So if it says your hotel for that whole weekend is $700, in my mind I need to have at least $1,000 for the hotel, because that's for like extra tax amenities, and the deposit is somewhere always from $100 to $150. So just in my mind, I always think to have an extra $200 added on to the hotel. And don't trip, because once you check out that hotel, you get that money back. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all right now. That's all I could think of. Welcome to Brbf 2027. You're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna shake ass. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna meet your favorite authors. You're gonna cry. You're gonna get emotional. You're going to meet. So get excited, because this is really truly a great opportunity, and I'm so happy that I get to go for the second year in a row, and I'm so happy I get to go and experience it in a different light as someone who's been there. It's like I'm a veteran at this point. And this is, you know, they have this year and then they have next year, and then they're gonna take a hiatus. So go experience it. Don't stress yourself. Don't become overwhelmed. It can be overwhelming at first. Like the first day, I was like, okay, this is very overwhelming. And that was just for the registration. But after that, it's smooth sailing. Y'all are going to have a great time. The Brbf team is amazing. They listen to your criticism. They listen to your suggestions. They listen and they respond like right away. Like we had some type of discrepancy about how like the check-in process went and how the lines went for after we came back from lunch, and the next day we came back, it was signs, it was tape letting everybody know where to go. Like they listen, they care, they acknowledge, they want you to have fun. We are going to have a ball. When I tell you Brbf is a time, we are still talking about it now. We're still talking about the last one now. And the withdrawals. Bookchella was fun. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have a great time. They know how to pick the artists. I can't wait until they release who the artists are going to be. We are going to have a time, honey. Like I literally lost my voice at Bookchella. I lost my voice and I lost my hearing for a minute. So when I tell you, you are going to have a time, you are going to have a time. The girls are here to have a good time, and it's just dope seeing so many black women in one space, and you all have something in common, and that's books. Y'all gonna see the book girlies spin a bag. It was girls with Hulkins filled to the, like, the book girlies don't play when it comes to Brbf. They are going to spin a coin, and you are going to spin a coin as well. So get your coins together, because we are about to have a time at Brbf 2027. I'm Nitra again. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, and I can't wait to see you at Brbf. And if you see me, speak. Okay? Bye.